It's AS level. That's economics paper or student book 1, Pearson exam. So the topic is macroeconomic supply side policies. First, we understand what macro is. Macro is about the economy as a whole, studying the economy as a whole. And when we talk about macroeconomic policy or supply side policy, macroeconomic policies are or macroeconomic objective of government itself. It means that government wants to ensure that unemployment is reduced as much as possible. Government wants to ensure that inflation is reduced to the minimum. Government wants to ensure that there's economic growth. Government wants to ensure that the GDP of an economy is improving. So these are government macroeconomic objectives. And for them to be able to carry out this macroeconomic objective, they need to set up macroeconomic policies. So one of those policies is using supply side policy. So we go for supply side policy anyway. Supply side policy is aimed at increasing the GDP of an economy. So we go further by reading anyway. Macroeconomic supply side policies. Supply side policy. Supply side economics is the study of how changes in the long run supply will affect variables such as GDP. So for macroeconomic supply side economics itself is a study about the long run aggregate supply, how it's going to affect or how it's going to impact in the GDP of a country. And we already know what the long run is. In the long run, all factors are variable. So that means we're talking about all the factor inputs. Being able to use all the factor inputs to improve the GDP, that is macroeconomic or supply side economics. So the long run aggregate supply curve shows the productive potential of the economy. So we talk about here, they're talking about the PPF or the PPC. It shows the productive potential of an economy. At any point in time, there is only such much that an economy can produce from a given set of resources. So in every given economy, the amount of resources available is what we use to produce whatever output it needs to produce. So that means the economy might not be able to. There are some places or there are some aspects that the economy cannot achieve. There are some outputs that the economy cannot achieve or attain. That is the point of linking there. Over time, there are likely to be supply side improvements. What will bring about this improvement? It could be about more resources or discovery of new resources. It could be about increased education and training. It could be improvements in technology. So we're going to check anyway by reading further. So, but what we are focusing on is about supply side improvements now. Because supply side is aimed at increasing the GDP of an economy. And to increase the GDP of an economy, it means that all the variables that are used in producing out goods and services has to be improved. So that is where we're going anyway. So over time, there are likely to be supply side improvements. Firms that will invest, for example, and there will be innovation through technological progress. So the first point is that businesses will invest more. And when businesses are investing, it means output is definitely or is expected to increase. And that means supply GDP will definitely increase. And there will be innovative through technological progress. Technological advancement can also improve or increase the supply side policy to the GDP, because with technological advancement, it means things can be done faster, better, and in an efficient way, which will allow capital to produce more goods and services. That's efficiency there. So with advancement in technology, goods and services can be produced in a better version and faster than how it was used to be produced. The quality of labor is likely to increase as education and training standards improve. So part of supply side policy is education and training. And what does education and training do? What does education and training do? With education and training, the skills of workers, the skills of labor would improve. And if the skills of labor improve, it means they will be able to do better than how they used to do. So that will bring about an increase in GDP also or output. The productivity of labor is likely to rise due to higher capital stock and better skills. So with education and training, the productivity of workers will increase because now they have more skills. Because training improves individual skills. And if you have more skills, that means you should be able to do more than what you used to do. So this supply side improvement can be illustrated by a rightward shift in the long run aggregate supply curve as shown in figure 1. So let's look at figure 1. Our figure 1. With an improvement in supply side policy, with an improvement, look here, with an improvement in the supply side policy, effective supply side policy push the long run aggregate supply curve rightward from LRAS1 to LRAS2, which means the output within the economy will also increase from Y1 to Y2, bringing about a fall in the price level or reducing the inflationary gap from P1 to P2. So let's look at the analysis they make here. Effective supply side policies push the long-term supply curve to the right, from LRAS1 to LRAS2. This increases economic growth and reduces inflationary pressures. Now, because the supply side, because the long-term supply curve has shifted rightward, it means improvement. It means the GDP, the output of the economy, is increasing. So because the output of the economy is increasing, supply is increasing in the economy, and that should definitely, or is expected to reduce the price of goods. So the price of goods are expected to fall from P1 to P2, bringing about a reduction in unemployment. As soon as the supply curve is shifting rightward, it means the economy is improving, and if the economy is improving, price level will fall. If price level is falling, the demand for goods and services will increase in the economy, bringing about firms thinking of employing more workers. So the demand for workers will also increase, and if the demand of workers increases, unemployment here is said, bring about a reduction in unemployment. So unemployment is definitely likely to fall, because one of the macroeconomic objectives of government is to reduce unemployment or to increase employment rates. So with the long-term supply curve shifting to the right, it will bring about a fall in the price of goods and services. As the fall in the price of goods and services are increased, as there's a fall in the price of goods and services, the demand for goods and services will definitely increase. Because the demand for goods and services are increasing, firms would have to employ more workers. Why? To be able to meet up with this increasing demand. That means the demand for workers will increase. As the demand for workers increases, output to the economy, income level would also increase, bringing about a higher export and lower imports. As a result of that, output has increased, bringing about an increase in output from Y1 to Y2. That means the economy is producing more than what it used to produce. Producing more than what it used to produce may bring about an increasing export, which means the country or the economy will be